My name's Tully, and I'm at the Drone World Congress and in Shenzhen, China, and I'm talking to, your name is?
Jan.
And you're with?
Port of Antwerp.
We're just having a discussion. You described a really, I guess, possibly the world's most advanced industrial drone environment.
Correct.
So describe what you guys are doing in the port and how you do it.
Well, we are using drones within the port area, basically to support tasks that we are already doing. As a port authority, you're a regulator and you're an operator. We pretty soon realized that drones can be instrumental to help us with both tasks. As a regulator, you can use drone technology for supervision, aerial supervision, for checking emissions, for example, for checking pollutions. Obviously, it has a function for security and everything. So it really provides us something additional. But what is special with Antwerp is that we have basically encapsulated that into one portal. Because as you can imagine, I mean, a port area is a very, very complex environment. There's windmills there, there's high voltage cables, there's lots of things happening in there. So regulatory speaking, that makes it also very challenging. Now we've encapsulated that in a portal where drone pilots can actually enter their applications for a flight path. And that then automatically goes through the whole procedures. And that makes it very smooth. So, for example, one of the installations, we also have eye noses, we call it, which is sniffing installations throughout the port, senses an increased pollution somewhere. Well, a drone path can be stipulated, and then the drone can be sent out to go and find out what is going on, and all that thing can be done from a distance. Port of Antwerp operates their own drone pilots. And we work together with a number of companies. We started test sites on left bank and right bank, and then gradually expanded that.
So you said you have a web portal?
Yes.
So people file a flight plan through the web portal?
Correct.
And so can they do it on a phone, or do they have to do it on a computer? How does?
There is also web apps available for it. So that, for example, when the flight path is executed after all the approvals, we actually go further, because all these drones have an electronic ID as well. A little bit what we do with ships as well. Ships also have an IAS that we can track and trace them. The same is for drones. We know live where they are, and the system will check whether there's any deviations from the flight path, and that can be done through a web app. And if there is a deviation, we immediately will contact the pilot and ask or find out what is going on. And this whole concept and the way that we are embracing this new technology, we're actually the first port to do that. The chief technology officer of the port is very, very ambitious in trying to push and make sure that Antwerp will be a front runner in digitalization, automation, but also clean energy transition, etc. So we're investing quite a lot of that, making it the port of the future.
In the US, we have a large model airplane and hobby drone environment, and the US is trying to move towards an industrial drone environment, and there's a big friction between the two. Has that happened?
Not to my knowledge. I mean,
okay.
These things are not toys anymore. We are actually finding industrial applications for it to basically help and support us and make the whole environment more safe. Don't forget that the environment specifically for a port like Antwerp, because it has so many activities, because it is so big, makes it actually a dangerous environment. So having these drones to support us, to measure and to monitor our operations is something really important. So.
But at this point, like, you don't have hobbyists who want to go out and fly, or they're...
No.
Right.
For hobbyists, well, there is legislation for that, and people can fly their drones when it's the toys, if you want.
Right.
There are areas where they can do that, but obviously, they have to stay away from airports, etc. But the Port of Antwerp was fairly quickly. I think it was the first zone in Belgium, certainly in port areas, that was opened up as a drone testing area. Obviously not for hobbyists, but for the professional developers.
Designated as a professional zone.
Absolutely.
Right. In some sense, you've seen into the future. Do you have any advice for the rest of us?
Well, I think that you have two camps in this. You have technology people, you have the scientists, and then you have the operational, the business people. And the more these talk to do together, and authorities as well, of course, the more these talk together, the more they find each other, the more new ideas will come up and find new, because that's the whole thing. I mean, if you develop new technology, go out there and see what is happening in the real world and try to find, together with the operational people and the regulators, try to find new solutions for existing problems. And drones are actually something that we can do a lot. I can think of so many applications for this right now.
Right, for sure, right. Yeah, at the convention we've seen so many, everyone's experimenting in new ways. There's so many possibilities right now. But wow, really thank you very much. It's really interesting
Thank you for having me.
conversation.